Hello, this is Naoto, and today I want to show you around the open exhibition, open house at KHM, Kunsthochschule für Medien or Academy of Media Arts Cologne. But I don't have proper recording device, so I will switch to voiceover from now, and we'll show you around. Let's go. Okay, so this is the voiceover Naoto. I'm walking from the construction site, which I have these famous two banners, and this construction site is actually for the new building of KHM. While we moved there, we're still using the old building, which I'm walking towards. And normally, you would, if you go from Heumarkt, or you could actually walk from the main station, you would probably end up with the other side where this video is ending. But from this time, I was walking along the Rhine River and going towards the first building, which is the Expedia Lab. There are some faculty members having the offices in this building, and the loft is the exhibition or the workspace normally. And going up with the elevator to the fourth floor, fast. Here is the Expedia Lab. Here I don't have any work exhibiting at this moment during the Rundgang, but I come here quite often to the risograph, which actually you've seen in the video already, and I will revisit it. And here Karin, she's one of the lecturers using the space, hosting the space, is explaining student works. And what she explained to me, for example, this work from Maya is the transformation of the material. For example, she uses sketches on a notebook that transforms into laser cut and digitized and laser cut and morphs into other material. This is another artist's work. I'm sorry, very bad with names. I think it's Mia's work. That's like a performance space in Expedia Lab, which I found it's kind of interesting because usually this place is filled with as a like workshop with plants, chemistry, printing, but not so much with the performance. So I unfortunately I have to leave early so I couldn't see the performance. But I'd love to see more performative stuff happening in this space. And this is my famous piece, which actually Karin put that tape to use it as a sign, and that highlights my broken fingers X-ray. Here is another building, Ground Zero, where they focus on programming. Well, maybe that's a bit too short, but code and art. And one of the exhibition is here. This table exhibits some of the students' works. Actually, there are books that are generated with computer code, perhaps mostly with Python, deep learning, machine learning. My book here as well, there's built with JavaScript, very simple algorithm randomizing text, randomized with templates, and then generating Japanese and English books. Unfortunately, this has a misprint that the cover was stitched upside down, but that's actually, I think it's a charm as well. There are other artists, students' books. It's nice to see the digital work generated with code, and it's actually like similar to what Karin was explaining, but transformation of material from the code to text to print. Now I'm walking towards the main building. Well, I don't know which is main building, to be honest, but before that there's a church, which is actual church. I guess it's not a part of the school, but during these events it's used as space for exhibition. And it's a spacious place. I have to say, I've never had a chance to come to Rundgang in the past, and this time is the first time. Even like the last summer, I showed some works, but I was traveling, so I didn't have time to visit the campus. So it's the first time being in Rundgang, also visiting the church. Inside the church, I walked by in front of the church so many times, but first time coming inside, and it's really nice to see these works. This is I don't know what it is, but it's nice sculpture with like mechanical movement, sound, and this one with light. Very complex. Also like working with the material, and I'm very surprised with this variety of works. Oh, this one's my favorite. Well, I don't know which is favorite or not, but what's funny is that it just looks like a box. It's actually a TV, and then there's like a ultrasound sensor. And as I was curious to walk close to it, it starts to show text, which is very philosophical text. And there are more works. Video works using physical material and video. And I guess this is a piece that Karin was explaining to me as work with I think this is not laser cut. I think this could be like CNC or something, because the laser cutter at Expedia Lab is not as big as this material. And there's even upstairs where Ki-hoon, I was talking with him earlier when I visited the space, and he's contributed. He's one of the artists of this sound work.
문화에서 문화로 입에서 입으로 이동한다.
우리의 신체는 이주한다. 세포와 박테리아 또한 이주한다.
세포와 박테리아 또한 이주한다.
Este solo puede ser un discurso contra nosotros
어떻게
mismos.
이주에 반하는
en
단어들이
contra de la vida
있을까?
misma.
그것은
El lenguaje
그것은 우리와 우리
las
삶에
palabras se
반하는 단어일
con
것이다.
el lenguaje.
언어는 이주한다. 단어들은
Nuestros
언어에서
cuerpos son
언어로,
migrantes.
문화에서 문화로
Las células
입에서 입으로 이동한다.
también son migrantes.
우리의 신체는
Incluso
이주한다.
las galaxias migran.
세포와 박테리아 또한 이주한다.
세포와 박테리아 또한 이주한다. 심지어
Este solo puede ser un discurso contra
어떻게
nosotros
이주에
mismos.
반하는 답변이 있을까? 그것은
그것은 우리와
I think this is good. I mean, the piece itself is really good and a good example of KHM, at least to me, that KHM is like really international in a sense that it's not like Europe international, but there are many students from Asia, especially Korea, but also there are Chinese, Taiwanese, Japanese, Mongolian, and also India, and also like other parts of world, like South America, North America, and also as you saw in the piece, it's a sound installation with the book. It's always about the media, like not always so technical, like not always involves code, but there's always transformation of media involved in this school. And I tried to, in this video, I tried to enter Glassmorg from the entrance, from the street, and I failed. So I'm coming from room 2. This is a space I often work on the right. We'll visit soon. This is the Glassmorg, that's exhibition space. It has a nice window facing the street. Here's another sound piece. And if I understand correctly, this object changes every day. Now I'm walking back to room 2, where I often work. I was taking a seminar by Christian Zivas, and I was not involved so much in the process, but other students started this project, access.wtf. I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically it's like conceptually it's a startup that it's not an imaginary startup. It's like really not just mimicking, but having ideas around a startup, but not to make a commercial product, but instead it's a commercial, but making artworks for the customers. And here's like brainstorming, post-its. As you saw, there's computers and playing music, just like having a startup co-working sort of space. Nice photo. I love these posters. And actually I didn't show it in the video, which is a shame, but I also wore the one with the logo on my chest, this logo. Here's another exhibition space. It's more sculptural works here, but yeah, like mixed media. This one's really nice. I mean, I'm not saying which is better or not, obviously, but I'm really surprised to see the back as well. And I think it's with the space, it's really nice that people walk towards the garden, which is really famous in KHM, and then you discover the back of the piece, which is really interesting. And this one just shown was using a mesh banner as a material, which I really like as well because I often work with banners. As we enter this space, here it's there's a photo studio, so there are more photos. This is a VR piece actually. I was seeing the process of this VR piece. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to try it out today, but it's nice to see that it's exhibited in real life. Let's go downstairs. This weird bathroom, or what's it called? Shower room with artwork. Here's some more piece in the back. There's even a black box with, I suppose there are neon signs with transparent displays in front, which is super nice. I mean, it's just super smart how you overlay different information. This is Louisa's piece. I wanted to show more of it, but it's very takes time for the next slide, so I had to run. Sorry about that. But it's interesting because I saw her piece last year or 2 years ago, actually, already. In the other space, which was not the black box, so I guess it's the same piece, but with the environment it looks really different, and I think it's a good part. Interesting thing about these exhibitions is that you can just try out different setup with the same piece, and then you can just see the audience feedback immediately there. So it's kind of privilege to be in art school. This space, I loved it. There's like a headphone. You can hear, I don't know, it's like a haircut or something, like virtual haircut. And then there's a massive flower that the smell really occupies the space. This piece I really wanted to show like close up, but I really love the concept. But I guess if I upload it on YouTube, it will be taken down. So I'm showing the snippet of it. So now, as we walk to the other street, there's another space working with multi-species, animals, human, environment. This is really brilliant work. That is the vandalized e-scooters from the Rhine. Vidisha's work, more video works. I wish like there's like a AR app that as you walk through you see all this information. I mean it's a bit cheesy for museum guide kind of idea, but actually if I want to film this kind of vlog, it would be actually super useful to show all this information, because I really feel bad not mentioning all the artists. I noticed like some like close friends I can mention, but as you know, I don't have many friends at KHM, so yeah, it would be nice if as I show these works, if I see the title and author, so as you can just contact them if you like some of the pieces. And we're going back to the Mensa Hof. Yeah, this space is so massive, and there's like this ocean sound piece in the middle, which is just great. This is the Mensa Canteen, you would say. And of course, there's Jeff Koons' work, casually exhibited in the middle. Why not? There's an initiative called Mensa Gallery, who are... It's a collective using this space to do independent exhibitions, not tied to the school, which is really interesting. I might be part of it in the next exhibition, but let's see. So the last building I'm going is this aula, which has the theater or the like cinema that is showing student works, but unfortunately I have to skip it and go straight to the 4th floor, which is exhibiting one of the works I contributed. It's a printed website. Unfortunately, I came too early, and I think some of the things are missing. As you saw, the door was closed, but this is Icade exhibition that was supposed to happen, or it actually happened in China, and we were invited. Some of the students from KHM were invited to exhibit, but some are censored. I'm not going to go into detail, but this is kind of a protest or to show solidarity as KHM students. So that was a quick overview of the Rundgang, the open house of KHM. I skipped some of the parts, unfortunately, but I hope you enjoyed it, inspired, and looking forward to see you in next videos, tutorials. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.